Welcome to class 11 students. This is the continuation part of the chapter chemical constituents of living cell. In my previous video I discussed with you the two models of the mechanism of enzyme action, which were the lock and key model and the induced fit model, right? After this we are going directly into the kinetics of enzyme catalyzed reaction, and for this you will have to learn about the Michaelis-Menten constant, which is denoted by Km. Okay, so I will show you a graph to explain what is Michaelis-Menten constant, and there you will get to know how it works or what is its significance. Okay, so let's start. So what is the Michaelis-Menten constant? Let's read the definition from the book first. Okay, now look into your book. The concentration of substrate, here where is the substrate concentration located? This one is the substrate concentration and we call it as S. As you can see, it is written here as S. Now the concentration of substrate when the velocity of enzyme catalyzed reaction, when the velocity of the enzyme catalyzed reaction, we can also call it as simply the reaction velocity. What do you mean by enzyme catalyzed? Since the reaction is itself catalyzed by enzyme, that is why it is known as enzyme catalyzed reaction, but it is simply the reaction velocity, or V. Okay, now reading it again, the concentration of the substrate, this one, when the velocity of the reaction, this one, becomes half of the maximum value, is known as Michaelis-Menten constant. Now Michaelis-Menten constant is denoted by Km. Okay, now Km is Michaelis-Menten constant, and if we need to know what is Km or what is Michaelis-Menten constant, we can say that the concentration of the substrate when the reaction velocity is half of the maximum velocity. So what is the maximum velocity? This one is the maximum velocity, this one, right, this one. So when half of this is this one, right, so when the reaction velocity is half of the maximum velocity, then Michaelis constant is equals to S. Am I clear? So we can say that Km equals to S will be within third bracket. Okay, Km equals to S when V0 means initial velocity, V0 equals to half Vmax, when V0 equals to half Vmax. What is Vmax? Vmax is the maximum velocity. What is Vmax by 2? This is half of Vmax, means half of maximum velocity. Okay, so this is what you have to read from the Michaelis-Menten constant, the definition, and along with the definition you have to read how it is denoted as, that is just Km equals to S when V0 equals to half Vmax, where S is the substrate concentration, V0 is the initial velocity of the enzyme catalyzed reaction, Vmax is the maximum velocity of the enzyme catalyzed reaction. These things you will have to write. Now is Michaelis-Menten constant always constant, always the same for all types of reactions? No, the value of Km or the Michaelis-Menten constant is different for different enzymes. Okay, means according to the functionality of the enzyme or according to the type of enzyme, the Km value will change for different reactions. Okay, it is also the value of Km of a particular enzyme becomes different for different substrate, means one enzyme doesn't only bind with one particular substrate, right, it binds with different other substrates. So even if the Km value is for one particular enzyme, depending on the change of the substrate, it might also change, the Km value might also change. Am I clear? Now what is the significance of the Km value? What is the significance of this one? Here you will find the proper significance of Km value. You can see that Km is the measure for the affinity of enzyme for its substrate. We can understand how much affinity the enzyme has for its substrate. Okay, the Km value of an enzyme, read from your book, the Km value of an enzyme could be used to understand the affinity for enzyme with the substrate. Okay, so what happens if the Km value is low? Look at here, if the Km value is pretty low, that means the enzyme has high affinity for its substrate. Okay, now if the Km value is high, that means the enzyme has low affinity for its substrate. I think you should take a screenshot of this particular slide, because it makes it very easy to remember what is the significance of Km value. Okay, so you can understand that low Km means high affinity, that means it is inversely proportional, means Km value is inversely proportional to the affinity of enzyme. So low Km value means high affinity for substrate, and high Km value means low affinity for substrate. So the same thing is written in your book, means under the significance of Km value. You can read from there as well, or you can take this screenshot, read this and write it in your own language as well. Okay, so the next topic that we are going to discuss is called allosterism. I have previously talked about it in this chapter only, but it was not a detailed discussion about allosterism or anything related to it. I just said what is allosteric site. It is written here, or allosteric site. So I'm just going to do a brief recap of allosterism, and then get into the details of how enzyme action is regulated under the concept of allosterism. Okay, so an enzyme has two principal sites. Okay, what are the principal sites? The site where the substrate is bound is known as the active site. This is the active site, and this one is the substrate. Okay, so the substrate will come and bind here. We have previously read about this active site, different models on this active site, which are the lock and key model and the induced fit model. Okay, so those models were about the active site of the enzyme. Now what is this one? Was the first principal site of the enzyme. What is the other principal site of the enzyme? The allosteric site. What is the allosteric site? The site where an effector molecule. Okay, what is effector molecule? Effector molecule is any molecule that brings out an effect. Okay, that molecule or the effect that is brought by that molecule can be positive or can be negative. Okay, that we are not talking about that right now. We are talking about any molecule that binds, any effector molecule that will bring about any effect within the enzyme is known as an allosteric enzyme, or means site. This site is known as allosteric site, and the molecule when it binds to the enzyme makes the enzyme an allosteric enzyme. Okay, so I hope these things are clear to you all. I'm just reading from the book. The site where an effector molecule, either an inhibitor or an inducer, can bind is known as an allosteric or regulatory site. Okay, now when the effector molecule binds with the allosteric site, obviously the conformation of the active site will change. The effector molecule will bind here and bring about a change here. Okay, it will not bring about a change within that particular site. It will bring about the change only in the active site. Okay, when the change is favorable for the enzyme, it is known as an inducer, means it favors the binding of the substrate with the enzyme. And if the action of the allosteric means the substrate binding in the allosteric site is unfavorable, then that molecule is known as an inhibitor. Okay, and this inhibitor does not favor the binding of the enzyme with the substrate. So I hope the very basic concept of allosterism is clear to you all. I will discuss more about allosterism and the types of allosterism in the next video. Okay, thank you.